What is going on, everybody? Welcome back and a happy Memorial Day weekend to everybody. It's a little bit different. Usually I'm going on about 12 hours later than this during the week or weekend. Usually I'm here late night, like 11:30. But I want to change it up a little bit for you guys today because I have something pretty cool to show you. I know Vinegar Syndrome is doing their halfway to Black Friday sale. And I know a lot of you are picking stuff up. Either you've already placed your orders, you want to place an order. I think the sale ends tomorrow. So I want to be here and one of the first people to kind of showcase some of these things that were dropped this weekend because I was lucky enough to already get my stuff because I am in somewhat of a proximity to Vinegar Syndrome's headquarters, and you can go there and they have a sale in store and you can grab the stuff straight up there. So I'm one of the first people to have access to this stuff, and I wanted to showcase it to you guys and kind of show you exactly what you're getting here. I wanted to show you guys how these things look, and just so in case you were interested in getting these, if I think it's worth jumping on now or kind of waiting a little bit for some of these releases. So before I get started, I just want to make sure I say what's up to everybody in the chat, and then we'll go through everything I picked up, not only from the Black Friday sale from Vinegar Syndrome, but also from the archive itself, their store, which they had sales kind of running all weekend. So I'll just kind of show you exactly what I picked up this weekend, and we can kind of move from there. So let's check it out. Robzilla is in the house. What is going on, Rob? Welcome to the show. Jay Weems, what's up? I have not made an order yet. Looking for excellent, man. We can definitely help you tonight. Griff, what's up? Redo, what's up? Watching Orca, man. I love Orca. Orca's a real cool movie. And I do know what's going out of print from Scream Factory. So if anybody is kind of on the fence about that one, I would recommend jumping on Orca because I think that's a pretty cool movie. Vanderhoff, have Memorial Day, man, as well. What up, Ragnar? Yeah, we'll get into Crazy Fat Ethel for sure. No, I can't blame this on Justin, but what I can tell you is, dude, when you guys, if you guys don't know, like when you have multiple like lights going, like these neons and stuff like that, for whatever reason, like a remote for some of them, they mess with all the other ones. So I was like, what the heck is going on? I'm like turning one on, the other ones are blinking. It's like everything's connected. It's so odd. So I basically had to kind of shut everyone off and then fix the other one and then shut it off and then fix. It's weird, man. Like, I don't know. I never really had that problem before because I literally didn't have a lot going on in the other room. I just had a couple lights. Like with this one, I had like that Vinegar Syndrome sign, then I had the Rad sign, then I have these lights in the box, then I have lights on the floor. So like every time I was turning one on or changing like the coloring or whatever, it would mess with the other one. So I know, first world problems. Oh, Mike, what's up, man? Mike, yo, what met briefly the archive yesterday. Forget to mention I've also picked up Guest House Paradiso, which is really wacky or something. Also, man, I've never seen it, but Mike, I just want to give you a shout out. What's up, Mike? Super cool dude. I was at the archive yesterday and like I went in, I bought some stuff. I met up with some people. If you guys follow Video Interiors on Instagram, he was somebody I met up with as well. If you haven't, go check him out. He has great content. So I met up with him and some of his buddies, Al and Mike. So we went, grabbed some stuff, and then went to lunch. And then I was kind of waiting for them to check out. And Mike came up to me and said, Garrett? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, oh, big fan of the show. So thank you so much, man, for coming up and saying what's up. Always cool to interact with you guys outside of just this. So it was really cool to see that that someone saw me out in the wild and came and said what's up. So, Mike, I hope you had fun yesterday. Thank you again for saying hi. And anybody else who sees me out and about anywhere, feel free to come say what's up. Magic Hands, what's going on, man? What's up, Mike? Let me see. Thank you for sacrificing your gas, your Vinegar Syndrome media for the stream. Yeah, it's pretty much exactly it, right? So that's the bad thing, right? It's about 2 hours from me. Actually, it's like 2 hours and like 7 minutes. You don't get access to your media club points at the store, which is kind of a bummer. So I did sacrifice the media points, which kind of sucks. But at the same time, it's cool because, you know, because I do have some kind of access to their store being here on the East Coast, it's a nice way for me to provide kind of exclusive content, early bird content for you guys. So it is kind of cool in that aspect, is to be able to bring this to the table early, talk about it, especially before the sale's over, so you guys can kind of make a decision on, do I buy this now or do I wait? Okay, so Tommy Bryce, my boy, Mr. Shit Movie Fest, go follow him on socials. He's an OG in this horror social media game. And keep busting Tom's balls on social media and tell him to come on the show, because he's ducking me. But no, me and Tom are close, man. We do the convention scene together, so really cool, dude. Thank you, man. I hope you stay here and check out some of these releases straight up. Katrina, what's up? Thank you for joining. It's cool, again, like, doing this early. I'm seeing a lot of different people that can't catch me late at night, so this is pretty cool. Tofin, what's up, man? Oh, man, you should be hitting that place up all the time. Not only do you get, you know, they have all this stuff here, all the cool things about the archive is sometimes they'll have stuff that's out of print online. Like, they might still have stock. So I've gotten a couple things from there that have been out of print. And it's interesting because I had a couple people message me yesterday because they knew I was going and saying, hey, would you mind looking for this? It's sold out, you know. And I did. I have no problem doing that. But unfortunately, everything people wanted was already long gone at the store. So that was kind of a bummer. But yeah, man, you should go. And not only that, they've got huge sales all week. Everything in the store is on sale, which you'll kind of see. I grabbed some other stuff as well. Astro Juicy, what's up, man? Watching over on the Twitch. If you want to follow us on Twitch, I am at the Radpack on Twitch. Oh, you're you're going now. You're going now. Hell yeah. All right, here's what I want you to do, man, if you're there, right? When you go in and there's like right where the records are at the front, there's like a little area where there's like promo cards. I should have a promo cards there. I want you to grab one and hold it up and snap a picture at the archive for me. Will you do that? And then find me on Instagram and tag me. And it's not bad, but again, the drive sometimes is a little pain in the butt. I only really hit up the archive probably 4 times a year. Adrian, I'm doing good, man. Tape Rot Video, what's up, dude? Thanks for popping in. It's worth it, I guarantee it. You're saying it's worth the points and going? Sure. I mean, again, for what I do here and the content I provide here for you guys, I think it is worth it because, again, it's keeping the content fresh during this time. So I do think that it is worth it. Let me see. And that's the problem too, like so that's another difference too. Some of these you could wait and go on sale. And there's a lot of stuff that I almost picked up this week that I held back. And I was like, dude, you know what? Like, these are going to probably eventually hit sales. And with Vinegar Syndrome or anything else, guys, like, at least Vinegar Syndrome gives you numbers and it's pretty accurate. So if you want to follow things and really just wait and either get them on a sale or you can get them, full price or right before they sell out or whatever it may be, they do give you that option, which, again, it really just takes patience. Now, I'll be honest. I have patience. The only reason I did this is, like I said, because I knew a lot of people were going to want to see this during the sale before they hit buy. So there was a lot of things that I did not buy specifically because I'm like, you know what? I'll wait on that one. And I'll talk about that as I go through my thing. Oh, nice, man. Oh, thank you, dude. I'm very happy with the new room. And like I said, what's cool about it is I'm like in an enclosed room now, where before I was basically on like the back of my movie room, like living room type area where you watch movies and it's a couch and all that stuff. So I mean, I was kind of at the end of a room where this is like it almost feels like a full enclosed like studio, which is nice. Like, doors shut, got all my stuff around me to talk about, so it's really cool. Yeah, man. Thanks again. Are you serious? Oh no. Hold on. Guys, I'm going all the way down to the bottom. Is my audio still scratchy? Tell me in the comments now. I scrolled all the way down. Let me know in the comments right now. Is my audio scratchy? It is? All right, hold on. Let me, my audio is good. It's good. Okay, let me know. I'm gonna say, a loose connection. Okay, hold on. Oh no. All right, hold on a second. Let me shut this music off. All right. I apologize for that. That's not professional of me. All right, how about now? Let me know how this is now. Is this any better? So what I did was I took the music off and was wondering if it was interfering. Let me know. Hello. I'm about to get into these releases, so let me know if I'm scratchy because still, what the heck? It's annoying. I know it might not be bothersome, but it is weird that it would be scratchy. Let me take these off. I want to just try to do anything that could be interfering with this. All right. See now. Let me know if this is any better. I took the AirPods off. I don't need them. I know, but it's the point. I don't think it should be scratchy at all. All right, I'll get into this because again, I don't want to be on here too long, but at the same time, it kind of annoys me that this is giving us a hard time here. Okay, so sounds good now. Okay, maybe it was the headphones, maybe it was the music. All right, let's get into it. So basically, I grabbed a couple things. Okay, so first one I'm going to talk about is a movie that I've seen many, many years ago, very low budget movie. They did a remake of this not too long ago, but this is Crazy Fat Ethel, aka Criminally Insane. This is from 1975. Now, I will say this is a double feature, and it comes with Satan's Black Wedding, which I don't know anything about this. I will say Crazy Fat Ethel or Criminally Insane is worth having. It's kind of a unique 70s horror movie about this woman who basically she wants to eat, so if people are not giving her food, she'll kill. Like, it's different. It's interesting. Now, it's not, like I said, a blockbuster of a movie. It's a very low quality, low budget movie, but it's different and it's very sleazy 70s. And I always thought it was kind of cool back then, but it has been probably, it could be almost like 15, 20 years since I've seen this movie because it wasn't really easily accessible on DVD or Blu-ray or anything like that. And I think if it was available on DVD, it was like a very low quality. So I am interested to see if this quality really even makes this movie a little bit more fun, because the one thing about Vinegar Syndrome is you can count on their restorations are going to be top notch and like pretty much the best they can be. So what I'll do is I'll open this and I'll just show you what we got inside. So again, here's the slipcover. It's not the greatest looking, in my opinion. I think it could have been a little more snazzy looking. I actually think this one on the back is a little bit cooler looking. Honestly, the artwork here is not, the best, in my opinion. I'm going to open this up. Now, this is a double feature. It does come with a lot of features on here as well for this stuff. Now, I'm trying to see if there's anything worthwhile as far as any kind of documentary or anything like that. There's a lot on here, but it's just hard for me to read right now. But yeah, there's like a 7-minute little documentary on here, not that long, 48-minute preserving the film with director. So that's kind of cool. Oh my gosh. Having trouble opening this thing now. Okay. Katrina says she's in her 70s phase, so it sounds interesting. That's why I popped So yeah, if you like 70s movies, yeah. I did. Are you talking, Jamie? Are you talking about the one that's in that yellow book looking thing? I did. I have that. I think it's a cool edition. My only issue with that edition is the book's so big that it's like really awkward to store. So you're gonna have to like put it on a top shelf or something like that. Unless they put out another one, unless there's a different one that is new, because I've had that book for a while now. So let me know if that's the one you're talking about or not. All right, so you get, this is the regular edition C. You get all the stuff on the back. And I mean, kind of unfortunately, it's on one disc, which is kind of interesting. Now that's in, I'm just trying to look because sometimes they throw, I think Fat Ethel 2 is out there, but I don't know if they threw it on here. I don't see it. But you also get this reversible art as well. Which, to be honest, I think is kind of a cooler looking artwork for both of these movies. But the only problem is there's no spine art, which is kind of weird. So I guess it's just internal art because there's no spine art here. But I actually think that these two artworks are cooler looking than what we got here. So this is just the inside art, I guess. It's not going to be reversible unless you don't want a title on the spine, which I guess doesn't really matter if you have the slipcover in there. But I would say this is definitely one to get, but I also think this could be one that you sit on for a while. I don't think it's going anywhere. I don't know if there's a limited amount of these, but I would just keep my eye on it because, like I said, I don't know if there's a specific amount this is going for, but I just don't see this burning off the shelves really quick. Let me see. Oh yeah, the yellow book. Okay. Is it? It's not bigger than DVDs. I have mine out in the other room, like on a bookshelf. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Perry fan, do you allot yourself a certain amount per paycheck? I usually buy things once a month together and wait for a month. No. I mean, I'm just mindful of it in a way. Like I did spend a little bit more here than I wanted to, but it is what it is. There's not much this month I'm really chasing, so it's not that big of a deal. The latest boutique labels, I got Edge of the Axe and Mutilator. Very cool. I love Arrow and putting out some of those low budget slashers. So are you saying that's a lot of people? Like I said, it's a movie I've seen. It's a movie people have talked about in the past, but I don't know how much of a cult following it has. But maybe. All right, now this next one was interesting. When I first saw this advertised, I saw the trailer and I was like, "Ooh, I don't know anything about this." I said, "This looks really cool." And I don't know much about it besides maybe I think it's more modern of a movie, and this is part of their VSP line. And this is Riddle of Fire. So very cool artwork. And I was talking to Mike. Look at that in the BMX bikes. When he was talking to me at the archive, and Mike said, "Oh, Riddle of Fire is really good. It's almost kind of like a modern Goonies." And I was like, "Ooh, that really intrigues me." And if you guys watch the trailer, it looks really fun. It's about kids, and I love like these kids movies. And look at there's like a gnome in there. Now I have not watched this yet, but when I first saw the trailer, I was like, "Ooh, I can't wait to pick this up and check it out for the first time." So I'm excited. I think this should be a fun watch. But like I said, I know nothing about this movie except for what I saw in the trailer. Now, do I think this is going to sell out? Probably not. I don't know if this is limited to a specific amount either. But look at this cool cover here. This is even more badass. The kids on the BMX bikes. That's awesome. This movie was made in, let me see what year this was made. I can read it really quick. It says brothers Hazel and Jody, along with their good friend Alice, pulled off a daring heist to steal the latest and greatest video game technology. Upon arriving back at the DeLisle household and assembling a bespoke buffet of carefully arranged snacks, they plug in their newly gifted entertainment hardware to discover something even more insidious than a controller smashing boss battle. The TV that has been password protected by the brothers and by the brother's mother, who is sick in bed, intent on having their children spend the summer outdoors. She makes the motley crew a condition for the TV password, one blueberry pie. These words set and leads into a magical quest full of speckled eggs, villains, dance sequences, and a precious young girl named Petal, who may or may not be a fairy. This is a featured debut. In addition, let me see. It's a throwback coming-of-age adventure film of the 80s, lushly photographed on location in Utah, on 16mm film and featuring luminous dungeon synth soundtrack. Riddle of Fire is rousing tactical fantasy for adventure cinephiles of all ages. Vinegar Syndrome is proud to bring this experience home following rapturous festivals and theatrical runs, including a premiere in the director fortnight at Cannes Film Fest in 2003. Sorry guys, I'm trying to read this. It's hard with the light on me, but I'm telling you, I would check out the trailer for this. This looked really like something up my alley, like big time. And like I said, you got, look at that image. This, I'm hoping this is a gem that I'm gonna want and love for a long time. So as you can see, you've got the gnome on there. This comes with like a little book of some kind. It's small. Don't want to wreck it. Small little book. I'm gonna see if it's got any cool pictures. Yeah, like look at that. The trailer did look very throwback. Look at that, gummy worms in the hand. Like, dude, these are all things that I'm really and the scenery and this, it looked beautiful on the soundtrack. I mean, on the trailer, it just looked like a really cool kind of coming of age type story. And you do get reversible art of the slipcover artwork, which is really cool as well. So I'll do a review on this solo for you guys. So, I mean, it's not on sale right now, so you don't have to necessarily jump on it this weekend. But I will try to do a review of this like in the next couple days and just let you know if I think this is something you have to grab. But I'm very excited to check this out, and I'm hoping this is a winner. Because like I said, I've never really heard of this. But I did see the trailer when they announced it, and I was kind of blown away by it. So I will do a review on this. I would say you don't have to get this now. It's not on sale, as far as I know. But I can let you know probably in the next couple days if this is worth keeping your eye on. But I do think that you guys should check out the trailer for sure. Let me see. I'm disappointed Death Dream 4K didn't come with a booklet, but the Blu-ray. That's interesting. I didn't have the Blu-ray, so I didn't realize that. But that is kind of weird that they wouldn't have done that. And I'm kind of in this. What's up, Gizmo? I'm kind of in the same boat. I'm really not somebody who loves modern movies, and that could be my own issue. A lot of times I don't even give things chances just because I'll watch a trailer or something and be like, nah, I've got enough shit to watch. I'm not going to waste my time on that and then be disappointed when I need to burn through a lot of this stuff. But this did win me over as well. By the trailer, and if a modern movie wins me over in the trailer, then I'm going to see it. But there's a lot of movies I don't watch. I will check out Beetlejuice. I did check out the trailer. I mean, I'm kind of torn on the trailer a little bit. I think it doesn't feel as like, what's the word I'm looking for? It doesn't feel natural like the first movie did. I feel like this felt a little more hokey. I felt this felt almost like it wasn't really in the same universe. Even though there was a lot of throwback to the original, which I kind of appreciate, but at the same time, I feel like they're just catering because they're giving cult characters bigger roles and stuff, and not saying that that's wrong. It's just, I don't know. Put it this way, I think Michael Keaton is going to save this movie. If that's going to be it, he's going to save the movie. I'm intrigued. I'm interested. I'm hoping it's great. I'm hoping I love it. But it felt very, um, I don't know what the word is, like fabricated, like a fabricated world. And there was some scenes, and I know they said they used a lot of practical effects, but there was some scenes that were a little dicey in the trailer. Like there's an airplane scene which kind of looked like a something out of like a video game. Even the sandworms looked a little bit too animated to me. So I am interested to see it, but I'm a little concerned with it. And you know, it is one I'm going to check out as more of a modern movie. Sorry, Bowie, on that tangent. Yeah, I would suggest watching that for real. There's a little bit of a Celtic vibe. Okay. Yeah, it's really cool. Oh, dude. Roadhouse was so bad, and then I heard they're like, "Oh my god, everybody watched it, so it's going to get a sequel." Like, what? Another one? What the hell? It's so ridiculous. I would say if you want to watch a movie better than that, that kind of teeters on a similar line. It's not even Roadhouse. It's Never Back Down. It's a movie from like the 2000s. I would hunt that down. Never Back Down is a real cool movie. It's almost like the Karate Kid meets UFC or MMA or whatever. But I think it was a fantastic movie, and I would have taken a sequel to that, which I think it did a way better job than Roadhouse did. But yeah, it's 100%, 100%. Afterlife was another one. There were spots that made me smile, but there were other parts that kind of like, I think with Afterlife, it to me, in the theater watching it, you know, you hear the Ghostbusters music, you hear the little sounds from the first one that brings back a lot of nostalgia. It did make me smile. It did those things make, you know, just the old sounds like makes me feel good. It brings back a lot of, you know, nostalgia for me. And I was actually somebody who liked Afterlife quite a bit. I actually got pretty emotional at the end with Egon there because Ghostbusters is one of my favorite things growing up. It really, really was. But Afterlife, after I was done watching it, I thought to myself, I don't even know if I'd ever watch this again. It just doesn't feel like, and there's nothing to it that makes me want to go back and see it again. Like there was nothing memorable about it. Like to me, it just, thinking back on it, it felt like a big cluster of like, let's keep adding characters because we want to kind of, I don't know, fit into the narrative of what movies should be now. So let's like throw all these different characters from all over the place in here so we can check all these boxes. And then it's like, but then what happens is a lot of your main characters don't get enough story. And then they kind of become half characters. Like I just didn't, there was a lot about it after I watched it that I was like, it's just, it was just too crammed together and not a strong enough sequel. It just felt like an episode of a show that is going to have a next episode, right? Which it is going to have another one, I'm assuming, which I'm hoping that it's a little bit different. Gizmo said he will not see Beetlejuice. He's done with this stuff. If he sees Michael Myers in a new film, you'll probably see Michael Myers in a new film. I mean, I don't know how long, but Point Break, what's up, brother? Mr. Cadis. 199% yes. And we'll get into that now, and I'll get back to the chat. But I did not pick up Invasion USA. If it would have been a VSU, I would have, put it that way. So let's move on to that. I did get Navy SEALs. Now, these VSUs are probably my favorite thing in physical media right now. The packaging, the artwork, the way it's displayed. I like that Vinegar Syndrome has a line where they're kind of not going with horror. They're going with a little bit of a different, you know, genre base with this. I do like it. Now, I will say this. I've never seen Navy SEALs ever. So will it be something I'll enjoy? I don't know. It could be. You know, it's a 90s movie. I'm almost 100% positive, right? But yeah, this is something that passed me by as a kid. And to me, this is not really that known. So being thrown into the mix of this, I don't know what I think about it. But I had to grab this because I'm collecting all of these. I don't care. I mean, Jesus, I got Six String Samurai, and that movie was not good. So I'm getting all of these. It's my favorite line. When you can start a line from the beginning and they're coming out with stuff like they might do like 2 or 3 titles a year, it's easy to kind of maintain it. I'm not really a completionist anymore, completist, because these companies are throwing too much at me now. Where before it was like you might get a title every 2 months, and it's like now you're getting 4 a month. Like, how can anybody keep up with that? So when it comes to these being my favorite, I'm trying to keep the line complete here. So Navy SEALs was a must-have, and I haven't even looked in this yet, so I'm curious to see exactly how this is, but they always do a good job. I mean, look at how beautiful this art is. I mean, love or hate the movie. I mean, this movie has never nor should ever have gotten this much treatment. This 100% should have been Action USA. 100% should have been. I don't know why it wasn't. I don't really know. And what's nice is it's got a little magnet, and then you can open it up, and then inside here, look at this. You got very cool stuff here. So very cool artwork there. The golf. Now you got the disc that comes into another cool, really nice looking slipcover. I mean, dude, this edition is a nicer edition than Top Gun has ever gotten, right? So it's unbelievable. So again, they're 4Ks. And then inside, you get the 2 discs. And then inside that, you get a book. There you go. Look at that. And then you get this artwork in here. So again, very, very cool. I mean, this didn't deserve all this treatment, but it got it for sure. And I don't know how many people out there are Navy SEALs fans. And like I said, that one was one I wanted to check it out. I wanted to complete the collection. It was definitely a blind buy for me, but it didn't matter because, like I said, no matter what the VSU title is, I'm going to get it to keep the collection complete. So let's see what you guys have to say about that. Let me see. Oh, you bought Strangeland based on me and Christian's recommendation. Awesome. I think that's a pretty cool movie. And if you haven't checked it out, me and Christian we've been doing movies. We've been doing videos dedicated towards the DVD format. So we just released one yesterday. You guys should definitely check it out. I own all the VSA, VSU, MVD, Rewind, and Vestrons. Wow. That's impressive, actually. The only thing complete I have right now is I'll show it right now, is the cinematography line, and I got Dangerous Game. Now, here's another one I've never seen. This has Madonna, and I'm interested in it. I actually like Madonna movies, believe it or not. So I've never seen this, but this and Riddle of Fire are like 2 that I really wanted to check these things out. I watched the trailer when we did our Vinegar Syndrome show, and I'm like, I definitely want to get Dangerous Game. So I am excited to check that one out. Now, let me see. I will showcase this now. This is limited to 6,000. So this and Navy SEALs are limited. Now, do I think Navy SEALs is going to sell out anytime soon? No, I do not. So if you're in no rush to get all these VSUs, I think you can sit on Navy SEALs for a little bit. Because, I mean, geez, I think Sidekicks is still around. And that thing is a far better movie. Again, I can't say that. I've never seen Navy SEALs. To me, that was a bigger release because I was a huge Sidekicks fan as a kid. And Sidekicks never really got a lot of love on physical media until that. So I was really hyped about that. So I would say I don't think you need to get Navy SEALs right away. But these, let me try to find this there. Cinematography releases. I do have all these. I do have all the VSUs, and I do have all the Vestrons. I think those are the only 3 lines that I have complete right now of physical media. But this is another thing that they're doing that's really, really nice. I mean, check this out. You slide this out, boom, with a little tab. That's the one thing, I mean, you can say Vinegar Syndrome is just very innovative, and you've got to respect that. Look at that. It's a book. How sick. So they do a really good job. I don't know what these pictures are, so I don't want to show it, but with their stuff. And this is going to be a nice one to check out for the first time. I would say, again, I'll try to get a review on this out to at least let you know if this is really good, but it's a 4K. And if you're collecting the cinematography line, to me, this looked like, honestly, let me look at the line right now. This is one that looked to me a lot more as one of the more interesting ones. Like Red Rock West and Little Darlings were ones that I was like, okay, cool. Like, I'll get these. But Touch and what's the other one they did? Going South. Like, this one to me seemed like one more of a must-have for me. So, again, if anybody has seen this or knows about it, let me know. The only thing I've seen on this is the trailer. And this is like an early 90s movie as well. But like I said, I'm kind of a Madonna mark when it comes to her movies. And the last one, Grant Coyle, what's up? How's Flesh Eater Dundee on units? It's not good, but it's hard to me. It's hard to recommend a movie like that because you're gonna get it and you're like, this sucked. It's kind of almost like a little important in the zombie genre because it's the dude who was the main zombie in Night of the Living Dead. You know, coming to get you, Barbara, that first zombie we see. This was going to be some kind of sequel to Night of the Living Dead. But things changed. There was a different name. It was called, like, I don't know if it was Flesh of the Living Dead or Revenge of the Living Dead or something, but they had to change it. So he kind of directed it. He starred in it. So it is linked to Night of the Living Dead in a weird way. It's got some pretty good kills in it, if you're interested in that. And it's a 4K. It's never looked better. So I would say, from a FOMO standpoint, if you don't own the movie, get it. I mean, the worst case scenario is you hate it, it sells out, and if you want to sell it and make your money back, you probably would be able to. Oh, so you're saying it will make me want to be a Navy SEAL? And I love those like thrillers, 90s thrillers, and I did a whole video on that with Cody from Doodle's Movies, our Rad Dudes show. We did a whole video on 90s thrillers if you guys want to check that out as well. It's under my live tab, but I love that stuff. So Dangerous Game was one I didn't have. There was another one I got recently with Madonna. I think it was called Body of Evidence, and I thought it was fantastic. So I was really excited to kind of see this one as well. Just left the odds guy. Oh, baby. Dude, thank you so much. If you're on Instagram, tag me with the picture. And you can throw it in your stories or your feed or whatever, but I'll share it for sure. But thank you for doing that. Dude, like, listen to this. Like, six-ring Samurai is still over 1,000. Why do 10,000 that one? Yeah. And was that the first one in the line? Let me look. No, Beastmaster was. Yeah, six-string Samurai has been out for years. And it hasn't budged. And when it first was announced, I had never seen it. And I remember when we announced it, me and Deadpool were like, what is this? Like, this was so hyped. Like, what is this? I don't understand. And everybody on, like, Vinegar Syndrome sites and groups and stuff were, like, going ape for it. And I'm like, out of all these movies I've seen and all these movies I've owned, how have I never seen this nor heard of this movie? And everybody else around me in these groups are like, this is the greatest thing ever. I was so confused to a point where I'm like, are they just like saying that to fit in with the Joneses? Because, like, what is this movie? And it was a little bit of a weird movie to throw inside this line. And you're right, like, but at the same point, like, it's still there. That thing has been out for years and it's still hanging around. So Navy SEALs, I don't know. I don't see it selling out anytime soon, but keep your eye on the numbers. When it gets below 1,000 and you want it, that's when I would recommend probably pulling the trigger. So give yourself a little bit leeway. If you're patient, you might be able to sit on this for a year and then get it for like, half off or something like that. Like, it's possible. But you just got to kind of be strategic with the game. Wait for these titles that you might want. Once they dip under 1,000, snag them, or wait until they hit a sale. Dick Tracy, you're right. Let me see. Yeah, so Invasion USA is on 4K. Yes, but I own the Shout Factory one. It's a Blu-ray. I like the movie a lot, but there's not enough bells and whistles besides, hey, it's an upgraded transfer for me to spend $40 again, right? So for me, I'm fine with my Scream Factory or Shout Factory one. If Invasion USA gets marked down to half off, then maybe I'll bite the bullet on it. Maybe I'll pull the trigger on it. But for now, I don't need it. It's not something I need in my collection. These movies that I got, if I've seen them or not, these are ones I didn't own. So to me, that's more intriguing to add something new to the collection that I haven't bought 4 or 5 times already. Don't ever get FOMO. You may always have. And that's what's happening a lot now too, is that if people aren't paying attention, now they're going to eBay. Like, for instance, I've had some of the stuff people were asking me about checking at the archive was, what the heck was it? It was the Blade in the Dark, the big box set. It sold out online. Maybe they had some in the archive. They didn't. So now if the person really wants it because they missed out on it, they're going to pay a boatload of money for that on eBay. So again, that's why it's important just to keep your eyes on it. Same thing with like Existenz. That thing sold out fast. That was actually pretty surprising to me that it sold out so fast, because when it was announced, I had never heard of it before. And I don't know how I didn't, because in 1999, I was like all in on going to the movies. I was at a movie theater every week in 99. And why that passed me by, I have no idea. I do remember the poster when I looked it up after it was announced, and then I bought it. The same way I did this. I went to the archive that weekend. I think this was exactly a year ago today. Got it. Came back, did a review on it. I loved it. So I'm so happy that I grabbed it, and I was able to find a movie that for some reason passed me by all these years, that I now consider a movie that I want to go back to every so often and watch again. I really liked it a lot. So that's like with these things too. Like, a lot of people might watch this and be like, oh, you're just buying stuff you don't know anything about. But that's the beauty of it, right? There's risk, which is it could be garbage. But I'm very strategic. Like, a lot of these things, I'm completing these lines. So to me, it's a win-win. If I don't like it, whatever, it's part of the line. I get the whole line. I'm really focusing on completing these lines. Riddle of Fire is a one that I think could become a favorite for years and years and years. So again, just be strategic with your buying, because especially with Vinegar Syndrome, there's a lot of crap, but there's a lot of gems too. So you've really got to kind of just be a little more strategic with, your purchases, if money is something that you want to be a little more cautious of. So, well, with that being said, and I'll get back to the chat in a second. And by the way, thank you for all 75 people that are in here. I appreciate you guys on a Sunday morning or mid-morning. Hit that like if you're not subscribed to the channel. I appreciate it. We've got content coming out weekly. There's a lot of cool stuff on the way. Like I said, we're going through this place right now of trying to resurge the DVD format and some of these cool editions that are, in my opinion, are going to become collectible as hell. 2 of them being this and this. So if you're interested in kind of going back in time a little bit, I got some cool videos that we had just recently put out about that, and I'll get into DVD format in a minute. But I have one more to show you, Kasey, you guys, and one more newer title I got here, and that is the China O'Brien set. Now, what a beautiful edition of this. Now, I will be honest, I never saw China O'Brien, but I'm also a huge Cynthia Rothrock fan. So I've got a lot of Cynthia Rothrock movies, But for some reason, this one was never one that I ever checked out. And there's people that are like, how have you never seen this? It was on HBO 1,000 times as a kid. I never had HBO. So I did miss a lot of the stuff that maybe was running on a regular basis around that time. But I will say, I bought this one. I just watched part 1 right now, and I liked it. I liked it a lot. I like these kind of martial art movies from the 80s and 90s. I really do. So I'm kind of glad they're doing Cynthia Rothrock movies, because now you can kind of get them all, and they're all part of like the same label. I think that's pretty cool. I've made sure to get all of them so far. There's some that are really good. Like, what is it? Undefeatable's really, really good. If you guys haven't checked that out, that's another recommendation. Undefeatable, if it's still available, I would get it. That was a really fun movie. And then what's that one with the stone? I'm trying to think of the name of it right now. I'm looking back here. This is where my Vinegar Syndrome stuff is. Oh, Righting Wrongs. That was a good one too. I thought that was fun. Now, they're cheesy, guys, but they're fun. So I'm really into those. But yeah, I was happy with part 1. I haven't watched part 2 yet. But what a beautiful edition of this. And then you flip it around and you've got the back with part 2. Now this is open because, like I said, I did watch this. But what a cool image this is here. Boom. That's very, very nice. And then you get this same deal on here. Then inside you get the little tabs here. Now, you get 2 4Ks and 2 Blu-rays on there. I'm trying to see if there's any reverse. Yeah, there is reversible art. Let's see what it looks like. Oh, so it's just another image. It's not anything much different. But I would recommend this. It's one that it seemed like a lot of people were excited about. It seems like it does have a pretty big fan base, all things considered. Like I said, I just never was seen this as a kid. So I know people are really happy with this. And I also do know that somebody else has recently put this out, another company. And I know that's kind of been a little bit of a talk of controversy that like both companies just recently put this out. Now, I don't know anything about the other company that did it. I forget who it was, but I'm not sure if theirs is 4K or Blu-ray. But this is a sweet edition. It comes with a book as well, talking a lot about the film. Got some pictures in there. Let me check out what it says in the back for features if I can read this. Let me see. UHS2, 86-minute presentation. Yeah, there's a lot of like little documentaries on here. Worthwhile Journey, Martial Artist of China O'Brien, 33 minutes. Cynthia Rothrock is China O'Brien, 19 minutes. Brand new featurette. Melanie is Good as Stripper Assassin, 11 minutes. Composing the China O'Brien. It's got good music as well. So yeah, this has some good features in here at least. Like it seems like they really packed it, which is good to see. But like I said, I did watch part 1 already, and I was happy with it. So this is a sweet looking edition. But if you're not a fan of these movies, then I can see it not being your thing. So I think it really just comes down to, are you interested in these kind of martial arts movies? If you're not, then maybe it's not worth checking out. So I will get back to the chat. Those are the big ones I bought from Vinegar Syndrome. Now, I did buy more stuff because they did have a big sale going on. So I did buy some stuff here. Let me see what you guys are saying. I am going to get that because I don't own that movie at all. So yes, I will be getting that for sure. Yeah, I can see that. Wow. I am shocked, to be honest, Corey. Wow. I am really shocked that that's flying. I mean, shit. The fact that it's going so fast, my FOMO alone is kicking in. And I'm thinking, do I get it and just sell my Shout Factory? That's true. Brian's a big subscriber. So he says, if you really love Vinegar Syndrome, become a subscriber and get the VSUs half off from the get-go. So I mean, I guess that's the deal that you're getting. I won't be a subscriber, but Yeah, if that's your thing. Dark Force is doing a 4K of Terror Train, really? I'd probably pass on that personally. Um, I mean, it seems like they're starting to dip into Chuck Norris stuff, which is cool to see. But I also know Kino has done a lot of Chuck stuff too. Um, yeah, also, I mean, that was my thing going into it, right? It was my idea of like, I'm like, this it's not gonna hang, it's gonna hang around for a while because it already has a Blu-ray from Screen Factory, or I keep saying that, Shout Factory. But it's yeah, like I'm shocked that it's flying off the shelves like that. Um, that's the problem with the subscriber thing. I mean, it's cool, but I don't have so much space to risk on just getting a lot of stuff I don't want. Um, yes, yes. So that's what I've heard, is that there is some kind of deal there. And that's the thing too, guys. Like when it comes to collecting rules for their collections, everybody's different, right? So everybody's different. Personally, me, like, I don't need everything upgraded to 4K for multiple reasons. Number one, I don't see the biggest difference in quality compared to like a DVD to Blu-ray or DVD to 4K. And a lot of times they're just upgrading the picture and maybe the audio, but like nothing else is being changed, right? Like Scream Factory is notorious for that. You're not getting much extra special features. And for someone who's collected all the collector's editions from Scream Factory, they need to kind of win me over to get me to upgrade at that point. So I haven't gotten everything. Like I haven't got the new Killer Clowns yet or anything like that. So the same thing, like if I had the Delta Force on Blu-ray, I wouldn't get the 4K. Like a Chuck Norris movie isn't something I need on 4K, but from a different end of the spectrum, if they win me over with a presentation that's unbelievable, I may make the change just because I'm a sucker for gimmicks and stuff like that and these different editions. If they would have put this on VSU because I'm collecting all those, I would have bought it straight up. So for me, it really depends. Depends. What up, Danny Dundada? Yeah, I really I really did, and I'm a huge Jennifer Jason Leigh fan too, so that really kind of helped win me over. Um, let me see. Stage Fright 4K from Australia. Good movie, for sure. I actually think I only still have that on DVD. Yeah, I got that. I got that. Mirror, mirror. Actually, it's right here. I did buy that. I have a real cool Mirror Mirror box set from Anchor Bay back in the day, so I did snag that. Yeah, I've seen Inseminoid. I did not upgrade that. I still only have it on DVD. Probably. I mean, if like Scream Factory owns it, I'm sure they're probably like, yeah, let's just throw this out. Oh yeah, I have Lady Reporter as well. Are you saying buy Invasion or I'll regret it? I'm gonna keep my eyes on it. Put it that way. I have stuff ordered too that I didn't get at the archive, so I just have to add it to order. I think they did. I think they did. Oh, 4K? Nah. I didn't Kino just put out the Missing in Action box set? I bought it. I think that's what it was. But if that's the case, like that, I don't need anything more than that. I'm fine with the Blu-ray box set of that. Some I do. Horror I usually keep, and if I have to take them off the shelf, I'll tote them away and put them in storage. But I do get rid of stuff. I actually have some stuff around here that I'm probably gonna get rid of. I either sell it, trade it in. There's like the archive will do trade-ins, not this weekend, but normally Bull Moose does trade-ins. And sometimes if I know I'm going there to buy a bunch of stuff, I'll bring in a lot of movies that I don't want anymore and trade it in to get new stuff. or I'll do giveaways and stuff like that. I do think I have a giveaway coming up. I'm trying to think what it was that I was thinking about. Keep your eye on the channel because I just bought something. I was like, I'll do a giveaway with the other one that I have. Dude, I'm getting confused. VSMC. What is that? Oh, the members club. Yes. Oh yeah, you see them. You see them back there. I just ordered one. I think I got the suckling coming because it's funny because like I'm not a huge slipcover guy at all, but when it comes to Vinegar Syndrome, I am. When it comes to Scream Factory, I am. And Scream Factory slipcovers are junk. I'll be the first to admit it. But because I have all the collector editions on with a slipcover, I want everything to match. So I'm at that point. If I wasn't, then I wouldn't care about Scream Factory slips. Like I don't keep Kino slips because I like what they look like better without them. These hard boxes, I'll always keep those. But Vinegar Syndrome, I'll keep those. Severin, I don't care. It really depends. But yeah, Vinegar Syndrome, I do. And you're right, they do pop. And I'm looking right now, I probably only have, I don't know, maybe like 20 Vinegar Syndrome titles without slipcovers, which are like early ones, which is pretty cool. So yeah, so I mean, I'm excited to get more to try to fill in the gap. Unfortunately, it's just hard because like I could have gotten another one based on all the stuff I just bought, but because I didn't get any points, I kind of ruined that. But I do need Berserker as well, and I know that's on sale right now. Which label is the best with special features? I mean, I think as a whole, like Umbrella, Second Sight, Vinegar Syndrome, and Arrow are probably my big favorite when it comes to boutiques right now. What up, Bookhouse boy? What up, man? Bloodhook's a good movie, man. It was. I have that one. That's one of the ones I have over there as well. I didn't get Bloodhook when it first came out with the slip. Slip sold out quick, so I missed it. So I got the second slip. I wish they would do. I agree. I think they will. I think they will because it's interesting because I have the first ever Vinegar Syndrome release, which was, or at least that I knew of on Blu-ray. This was 2013. It was Massage Parlor Murders, and they re-released it on 4K with a slipcover. Now, I kind of wish I could buy that slipcover straight up and just put it on top of that one. But I don't think that's an option to do that because it kind of sucks because I'm not going to rebuy that movie. I don't even think that movie is that good at all. But it would be nice to have that slip on there. It's a beautiful artwork. I doubt it. I actually have a box set up here. It's a big tin set of all the Howling sequels. I don't think they're going to get a 4K. And that's the thing too, when even DVD, like you look at movies that are still stuck on VHS, there's going to be a lot of movies still on DVD that are never going to get ported over. And that's what I can kind of go through now. And I will get back to the chat. But as you know, I'm on a big hunt, like not a hunt, but like DVD was my big heyday of collecting back in the day. That was like my peak of collecting. I have so many horror DVDs. Now I've since replaced a lot of them with Blu-rays and 4Ks and stuff like that. But I'm also getting into a little bit of a DVD, like I said, resurgence where I'm looking around for like these weird, obscure 2000s horror movies that were kind of junk that will probably never get upgraded, you wouldn't think, or have been very out of print for a long time that maybe I just don't have. So they were doing 50% off used DVDs, which I got a bunch here, and they were all like, I think, $3 a piece. Which is insane to see that nowadays, is to buy something for that price. I mean, this made me feel like I was back in the day when I'd go to like used DVD stores and buy like 20 things and for like $30 or whatever. So I grabbed a bunch of stuff here. Now, a lot of this is probably garbage, 100%. But again, we're doing a lot of DVD content here over on the channel. I'm collabing with Christian on DVD content. We're going to be talking about some of these like kind of weird, obscure DVD horror movies. And you guys let me know if any of these you've seen and you're like, garbage. Oh, that's pretty good, because a lot of these are blind buys. Now, this one I grabbed because the other day I was talking about something and people were asking me about Stephen King movies. And they're like, oh, do you have this? You have that? And I'm looking over at my Stephen King section. I'm like, shoot, I don't have that. And I bought it. Now, this thing could get an upgrade. This thing might suck, but I wanted it. It was an artisan DVD. Those are always collectible. And that's the Langoliers. I've never owned this, nor seen it. And Tom Holland is involved, and I love everything Tom Holland does. So this could be hot garbage, because a lot of those made-for-TV movies there was some gems here and there, but I was told to check out Langoliers, and luckily they had this there at the archive. So I was like, hell yeah, I'm going to buy it. So I did snag this one. Now, is this ever going to get a release again? I don't know. Probably not, unless it's in some kind of like box set, maybe. The next one is interesting because Mel at My Killer Podcast, 1/3 of the Rad Pack, has been talking about this movie ever since I knew her as like one of her favorites. So when I saw this, I was like, yeah, I'm going to pick it up because Mel's always talking very highly of this movie. And that is The Chase with Christy Swanson and Charlie Sheen. I've never seen it. And she loves this movie. So what's interesting, this is an early 90s flick. And when I got home, I sent her a picture to be like, hey, I bought this. And then she's like, give me that. And I'm like, what do you mean? You've been promoting this movie since I met you. And she's like, well, the DVD is very hard to find, and I only have the VHS. I was like, what? I was like, do you want me to send this to you? And then I looked it up on eBay, and holy crap, this thing is going for like $100. I'm like, what? What's going on here? Now, will this ever get upgraded? I hope so. I've never seen it, but I'm going to watch it. But I mean, dude, I literally got this for like $3. So I don't know what the heck's the deal with this. What's this now? Okay. I was like, shoot. Comes in a nice eco case. Very cool. But yeah, it's super weird. And this goes back to the whole DVD thing, right? Like, some are collectible and more are going to become collectible. If this thing is collectible because it doesn't have any upgrades, then, you might want to hold on to some of your stuff here. Interesting. But now we're going to get into the real junk. This one, I remember when this came out, I remember never going near it because I'm like, I used to see it at Blockbuster all the time. It's probably junk, but again, it was dirt cheap. From the producers of Slither, Forest of the Dead, Severed. Look at that. Do you remember this cover? This is a nostalgia. I used to see this cover everywhere. On the back, it says tension scale through the roof, says IMDb. There's no way. There's no way. Oh, like, I got all the goodies inside. Severed. Another artisan DVD. I own this movie, but it's in like a 12-pack or a 6-pack or something. And like I said, I always try to grab artisan stuff. And it says, from executive producer of Nightmare on Elm Street, Children of the Living Dead. So it's been a long time since I've seen this. But like I said, I collect a lot of artisan stuff as well. So yeah, Children of the Living Dead in the collection. Here's a nice post-Scream movie that I didn't own, starring Joey Lawrence. Do you want to know a secret? Look at how poorly done this box art is. It's so bad. It's so bad. So this is another one of those like Scream, post-Scream slashers. This one might be good. This is an old movie, Endless Night, Agatha Christie. Now, the reason I grabbed it is because it's an Anchor Bay title I didn't own. And I do like Agatha Christie movies. So I don't know anything about this, but again, it's good. It's an Anchor Bay. So I collect Anchor Bay stuff. So that's definitely going to be something in the correct collection. And the last one is another movie I remember seeing again at Blockbuster, at Walmart, all this other stuff. Never grabbed it, but I like the concept, and it's Hit and Run, unrated. Again, these are like those like early 2000s. This came out in 2008. Buckle up, survive the ride. Hit and Run. So I bought those, and I ended up grabbing, they're in the other room now. I grabbed some Horror Hound magazines. So they have magazine section there, and I love Horror Hound, to be honest. I'm a big Fangoria guy, but I like Horror Hound kind of more because I like when they do like a collectible section. So some of them might do, I think I bought a Chucky one that I didn't own. It was like from years ago, but inside was like, come take a look at every Chucky collectible from, you know, the 80s till now, and they'll showcase. I love that stuff. I'm a huge mark for any Horror Hound magazine that they do like the collectibles stuff. A lot of their editions will focus on a genre or brand. Like I think that I have one for the Lost Boys, Gremlins, and it shows you all the toys and posters and books and all these things that they did for the movie that I look at and I'm like, oh, I want this, I want that, I want this, or I remember this, or I have this. And I love when they do that. I'm a huge mark for that. So I bought a couple Horror Hound magazines that did that in there, that had some collectible sections and stuff. So very, very cool. And they were all like 50%, 30% off, I think. All the magazines were 30% off as well. So I did grab a couple of those as too. So that's kind of my archive haul. I had the Vinegar Syndrome stuff, the DVDs. The Vinegar Syndrome stuff cost me a lot of money. The DVDs now, like I said, I got all these. I think they were $3 a piece. So they own nothing. Magazines were cheap too. So, you know, it was a successful trip and I got to see some friends. Mike came up and said, what's up? So I know Mike now if I ever see him at a convention or whatever, but so very, very cool. I love going there. It's just, like I said, it is a little bit of a truck. It's, you know, 2 hours, no traffic. So it kind of takes up a little bit of the day. I left early yesterday morning, hung out there, got lunch, went back, did more shopping, came home. So it's a full day affair over there. So I am lucky to have it. But guys, I'll get back to the chat and then I'm going to head out. And like I said, I do have a lot of things coming this week. The Rad Pack has an episode on Wednesday. So if you're not subscribed over to the Rad Pack podcast on YouTube, subscribe over there because we are going to be doing a versus battle on Wednesday and we need participation from you guys. So make sure to go find the Rad Pack podcast on YouTube, hit the subscribe button, click the episode for Wednesday coming up, hit the reminder, be there because we're going to need your help. We're talking Scary Movie 1 and 2 versus Hot Shots 1 and 2. We've got the spoof battle, and it's going to be a 2-on-2 battle. So I want you guys to make sure to be there to help us with that because you guys are really the ones that are going to be voting on which spoof movie did it better. And if you guys haven't seen those movies in a while, now's a good chance for the next couple of days to rewatch them and kind of come and join us for some laughs and stuff like that. So let me get back to the chat. If you guys have questions or anything now, let me know. If anybody has a movie that they are interested in on Vinegar Syndrome that they want to ask me if I think it's worth the get, sure, throw it out at me, okay? So let me see. I'm way behind, so let me just try to get back as much as I can. Okay, yeah. So Kino did put out. So that with that being said, I don't think I'll ever buy Missing in Action again. I think the box set is kind of the end all be all. I'm fine with that. Yeah, it's tough. I mean, if you're a big slipcover guy, I mean, it can get expensive for a piece of cardboard. Red Scorpion, that got treatment from someone, maybe Arrow. Armory of One, Men of War. I mean, these are all movies that you could see on this VSU line. It's nice to get a lot of options of collectors, but I agree, not upgrading everything to 4K. Some movies, yeah, I totally agree. I've talked about this before. There's a lot of times I'll throw my 4K in and be like, it looks a little dark, or I don't like the way the color correcting is on this. It's a little bit too much of what I'm not used to. Like, so you're right, and that's why I'm very picky on what I get in 4K. But then there's other decisions that I make that other people will be like, well, you don't care about this, but you'll do this, right? Like there's another Texas Chainsaw Massacre 4K coming out that's in some kind of chainsaw. I'll probably buy it. If it wasn't in that chainsaw packaging, I probably wouldn't. But Texas Chainsaw is one of those movies that I'm like, I don't see anything getting better than what Second Sight did. But Texas Chainsaw is one of those movies, like things like Dawn of the Dead, Nightmare on Elm Street, Friday the 13th, all these certain franchises that I'll always buy something for because I collect that movie, right? So it's weird. Like everybody's got weird rules. Yeah, I grabbed the VSU with Blood Hooked, so my original. Well, that was a pretty smart idea. That's a pretty smart idea. Ryan knows. I agree. I bought a lot of 4Ks. I'm chilling out, scoping out all the classics, Blu-rays, DVDs. Yeah, I mean, money's a thing, guys. Like I said, I mean, This, I don't even want to tell you what I spent, but like I said, this was so with these and the magazines, I think it came to $35. Okay. All these DVDs and those magazines that I got came to about $35. Okay. Because I bought them I bought them in sections. I bought all the Vinegar Syndrome stuff first, went to lunch, came back. So this 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe then if you count John O'Brien 2 and the other one, a couple hundred. So I mean that's like it's a craziness to me. So again, if people are budgeted, right? Like what you know. Thank you so much. I'm glad you're here. And that's the thing. I honestly, dude, like not everything, but I do have a lot. And I have a lot in storage too, because with space, like I've got to pull things out and switch them out because I wouldn't have room. And I don't, and honestly, like I have no more room in here. Like there's no more room to build anything else. So at this point, and I've got more shelves out in the other room, which has got boutiques on it and stuff, but like I've got to be more picky. Like I've got to take things out, store them, put stuff in, because this is it. Like this room, and then some stuff out there. Once this is filled, it's that's it. There's no other spots. Yeah, it's funny. I've never really done anything with Hamilton books. We don't have any around here, and I've never really scoped the site out. Honestly, they had them there. And my friend was like, "You gonna buy the socks?" And I was like, no. I mean, they're cool, but I don't ever have a reason to wear them. Like, I mean, I can't wear them for work. They're just gonna be under my jeans. I mean, it's not necessary. I mean, it's interesting if it's different. Let me see. Okay, so the Archive is a store. So the Archive is a movie store in Connecticut, and it's actually technically the home base for Vinegar Syndrome. That's where they do all their restorations. It's basically the Vinegar Syndrome store. But within that, it's a full store though. So they have all the boutique labels in there. They've got DVDs, VHS, laser discs, vinyls, they've got clothes, they've got books, they've got magazines, it's a posters, it's like a one-stop shop. It's a very cool place. It's actually stressful because there's so much that, like, unless you have a long time to stay there, it's hard to go through everything. Like I may have missed a lot of cool stuff because it's just so hard. And like I said, it's 2 hours to get there, 2 hours to get home. And then you've got that window in the middle. We did lunch, we did this. So sometimes you feel like I could have been in there all day, but then I wouldn't have got home until like late last night. So that's the hard part, right? But yeah, it's a store. But you get stuff early because they, if they put it out on the site, they put it within store. So that's something that, is beneficial to me or anybody who lives local, because, people are probably not going to get this stuff for a couple weeks, because I think all the subscribers get sent first. Then all these, then everybody else gets sent their stuff. Then shipping time, right? So that's what's nice. And in one sense is I can talk about these things, help you guys make your decisions, because a lot of people probably won't get these for about 2 weeks. The Chase is awesome. Yeah, the Archive's a store. I think you'd probably get a 4K. I mean, I do have the Blu-ray, and I think that's probably good enough for me. The Chase. I've been looking for a copy of Duty from Mel. Yeah, so I don't know. Maybe I'll send it to her. I might send it to her. We'll see. We will see. Eli, what's up, man? Guys, there's still 75 people in here. Hit the like button if you haven't. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't. The Arrival isn't on 4K yet. I don't know if I've seen that. Prey from 1977. Yeah, that has I think that's a Blu-ray from Arrow, I believe. 100%, dude. 100%. Look at that. Where is it? Where is it? Look at that cover, dude. Look at this. Sick. I'm not expecting much. Which Trauma franchise would you like to see get a 4K? Oh, Demonic Toys, 100%. Check out Joey Lawrence's other horror gem, Tequila Body Shots. I never saw that. The only one I know from Joey Lawrence is Rest Stop. What up, Radkins? Go check out Ryan Atkins. Ryan? You can throw your podcast in here if you want. Do I have Empire of the Ants or Kingdom of the Spiders on Blu-ray? No, I have them on DVD though. I've got a DVD steelbook of Empire of the Ants. Maybe I have Kingdom of Spiders on Blue. I have it. I'm just looking over here at my Animal Attacks section. I do have it. That's got Kingdom of Spiders has what's his name in it? Oh my god, tip of my tongue. Friggin' Michael Myers, whatever his name is there. Oh my god, I'm losing my mind. Highway to Hell, no, I don't think so. It's got a Blu-ray though. Kino, I think. Maybe Synapse. I don't know. Somebody's put it up. You know what's funny is I had the Ripper in my hand. I had it in my hand, and my buddy looked at me, and I'm like, and he goes, "The shot on video on that's doesn't really do it for me." And I'm like, "Oh, I don't really like shot on video either." So I'm like, whatever. I put it back, and I said, "I'll just keep my eye on it and just wait." What's $10? Tell me what $10 is. I do not. No. You like that, huh? You like that? So basically, that's an art print by Stephen Holiday, and it is a They Live Playboy mashup. Check it out. Pretty sick, huh? Let me see. But I actually got that I traded Tim Talks Talkies something for that poster. Oh, they had that. They had all the comic books and stuff there. It looked nice. It happens, man. For real. It's what's up, AV Pop? Go check him out. He's doing good stuff over there. Yeah, man, for sure. It's a slippery slope. Slippery slope. I don't have that. I've never seen it, but I saw it was $10. So I don't know. I don't know if that's telling me something. I doubt it. The first one, the first one got a 4K. I don't know if they would do a part 2 on 4K. I don't know. I think they need to reanimate her before they do anything else. Yo, I hope they do. I do have a Three Ninjas Blu-ray box set from, I think Viavision put it out recently. But I would flip out. Those are 3 movies that I would literally mark out live on a show. You should keep the movie license drive. I actually have the license, Corey Haim's license from that movie. I have a replica of it. I could just give him that. It's got the picture of him like on it. It says Wes Anderson. I could give him that and just keep it in my wallet. What up, Alex? What's up, Antonis? Deadly Games, Bicycle, Santa Claus, Ultra HD. Yeah, those are good ones. I would recommend Night Screams too. I know that was running low. I really liked that movie a lot. Let me see. I wonder Arrow Video Screen Factory is going to put out a Simple Plan and the Gift Director. I don't know. I've never seen Simple Plan. Garrett, do you think you're ever going to go through all your movies? Probably not, sadly. I would say, yeah. I would say, honestly, dude, if you don't own it by now, it's a really good movie. I think it's canon. I mean, I think I think it's a great one. I think it's a good pickup for them. I think that it should have got a better presentation for a movie of that caliber. Like I said, to me, it's a bigger movie than Navy SEALs as far as cult followings. But um, I think if you don't have it, yes, I would get it. Dude, I bought Benny's bathtub too. It's $10 right now. So I was like, you know what? We make a big joke out of it every time we do a Vinegar Syndrome show. I might as well just have it, because if this sells out, at least from a nostalgic standpoint, but I did get it, but it's in my order. It's not here. And actually, I couldn't even find it at the store yesterday. I don't remember DVD Planet, I don't think. I got Last of Left, 72 Arrow Limited. That's sick, dude. I like that edition. See, like, it's getting insane. Rolling papers. They even have like a mini skateboard. I don't know who's buying that. You're right, dude. The problem that is the problem for guys like us, because it is, and that's where it's getting a little bit annoying and stressful. But again, I get it, because it's not always for the OGs, right? But people sometimes ask me my opinion. And if I don't give them the answer they want, they question it. And I said, well, because I've already bought the movie 4 times. That's why I don't care. You know, people will reach out to me like, oh, what do you think of this? I'm like, I'm going to pass. What? Why are you going to pass? Because I don't need another version of Terror Train. I've already got it. I've already got it like 3 times, you know? So like, you know, little things like that people just, I don't know. I'm just trying to be honest. Like, I'm not going to buy everything. Because of the fact that we've already played this game so many times. And then what? And again, I get it. Like, from DVD to Blu-ray, that was such a big jump in quality. It really was. I remember putting that Blu-ray on for the first time and being completely blown out of my seat on how much of a difference that was. Blu-ray to 4K, not as big of a difference, right? Like, I'm not blown away. There's some that look better than others. There's some that don't look much better than others. So I'm a little bit more picky now. And also, too, at the time, you know, you were spending X amount of money on a Blu-ray, but now it's like every 4K is like $30+ $30 to $40. It's not like it was back in the day. So not only are you buying a movie again for a little upgrade tick, but now you're spending a lot of more money to do it. So it's harder for me to pull the trigger on a lot of this stuff. Specifically like modern movies. Like, I think I was on the stream we did the other night, like, I was talking to Ken at Mid-Level Media, and he's really hoping for like The Mask in 4K. I have a Blu-ray of The Mask with Jim Carrey. It's not really a movie that I need in 4K. Now, if they do something special with the packaging and maybe give us some different features or different, you know, here's a director's cut included. I mean, if there's something else there, maybe, because I do like the movie. But if it's just like, hey, it's an upgraded 4K, same features, and this one has a slipcover, I don't care. And I said I would rather have The Mask with Cher in 4K before The Mask with Jim Carrey, just because it's an older movie. I personally only have The Mask on DVD. I don't even know if it has a Blu-ray. The way the movie looks, I think it would look really cool with some kind of HD upgrade. So again, everybody's just got different genres of the movies they like, collecting rules that they have. And a lot of it is how long they've been collecting too. Like, I'm not buying all the 4Ks from Screen Factory. So if people ask me if I am, and a lot of times I'll say no, then they're wondering if they should buy it. And it's like, I'm not saying no because it's bad. I'm saying no because I've already got it. But if you're just getting into Screen Factory and you didn't get all the stuff that I got, then maybe this is your opportunity to get everything. So again, it's a very different mindset that everybody has. I think everybody needs. Well, what's funny is MVD is starting to release new releases on DVD. Now, take that for what it is. Are they looking at that where it's like, because if you guys remember when when VHS started to get really popular again, the swing started happening where people were like, ooh, VHS is super collectible. I love to display them. I like to do this. A lot of these movies, you had the option, right? Like, I have House of the Devil on DVD, Blu-ray, and VHS. I have the movie VHS 2 or whatever. Is that VHS? VHS 2 came in a big box. It came with the DVD and the VHS, right? I'm looking up here. I have Maniac with Elijah Wood on Blu-ray and on VHS. Like these VHSs started coming out again around that time where they saw a shift in people's collecting, right? So people think I'm crazy when I say that. But when you look at the time frame when it comes to things like DVD from a nostalgic standpoint and whatnot, and when you look at the charts, DVD is still the #1 seller. Obviously, this is not going after a collector's standpoint, but another article just came out recently about collecting and saying DVDs will last longer than 4Ks and Blu-ray when it comes to any kind of rotting or whatever it may be. DVD is going to outlast Blu-rays and 4K. Blu-rays are going to outlast 4K. So the more I think that's on the disc, the less that's going to live on or something. So it was a full article that was put out. Some people were sending it to me. It's an interesting article, but you know, that was a big thing, is that the DVD is actually going to outlive all the other formats as of right now. That's what they're saying. Now, I don't think 4K's even been out long enough for people to really know that answer, but I will say this, myself and others have said some of these early Blu-rays have stopped working. So that's why companies are starting to put things out. Like my House of a Thousand Corpses, that first edition that came out right at the beginning of Blu-ray, stopped working. And then all of a sudden you see Lionsgate put out another House of a Thousand Corpses now, where maybe they said, oh shoot, these ones stopped working. Let's re-release this again so people can get it. So there's a lot going on behind the scenes that I don't have all the answers for, but it's interesting to see. Now, yeah, I mean, I talked to the guys from Anchor Bay, and you know, I'm sure they're looking for maybe some collector input on like what I think would be good ideas, and a lot of it to me is like Anchor Bay killed it with gimmick packages. That's big right now. Do that. Slipcovers, do that. You know, is it put things out on DVD? I don't know if we're there yet, but maybe. Maybe there's something there in the future. Let me see. Yeah, I mean, it's probably fine. But again, I haven't seen anybody show me side-by-side image of the Arrow 4K upscale and the Scream Factory for me to be like, oh my God, that's such a difference. I mean, I might look at it and be like, oh, it looks a little bit brighter. It looks a little, but I haven't seen that. So I have not pulled the trigger on that yet, because I'm very happy with my Arrow 4K. The Arrow Blu-ray. The Arrow Blu-ray has features that the Scream Factory doesn't even have. So with that being said, if Arrow in the UK still has access to Killer Clowns, who's to say they're not going to put it out with all their features ported over in a better box? They did it with Chucky. And are people now going to be like, damn it, I should have waited, right? Like there's possibility for that. So I wouldn't count that out, to be honest with you. I think that we could see Killer Clowns again very soon from Arrow. Let me see. Oh, 100%. I mean, I'm not really much of a vlogger, but I have recorded a lot of times I've been there. Like, I have it in my phone, and I'm like, oh, I'm going to put this out. I've put some out in like a short, but I've never done like a full out and about video on it. But I always record, and then when I'm in there, I'm so like locked in. I'm like, I'm not going to record anymore. So I've never actually come out and did like a video like that. Wow, I'm way behind. So you're saying people won't get this for 4 to 5 weeks? Oh, you said, oh, sorry, Robzilla. Somebody said trauma, right? Oh, my bad. I wasn't thinking. You're right. It is full. I was thinking full moon. Oh, so you're saying, and yeah, that's what I was thinking for Kingdom of Spiders. Trauma. I'm not a big trauma guy, but let me look, see what I have over here. I mean, I like Troll. Bad Channels. Arcade. I'm trying to see any big ones. No, what am I looking at? I'm freaking looking at Full Moon again. Trauma. I don't have a lot of trauma stuff. To be honest, I don't know. I don't know what else I'd want from them. I've got Surf Nazis. That's good. I got Toxie. That's good. I don't know. Um, I have not. I never bought that one. I don't think. I don't think I have Fortunes of America. Um, I don't, but I heard it wasn't good. But at the same time, it is a VSA. I think is that what it is? Am I right on that? I get them all confused, and I wouldn't mind getting all those. So I mean, if it's still available at this point, it should be pretty cheap. Guys, there's 90 people in here. Hit that thumbs up. Thank you guys for all being in here. I'll probably be hanging here for just till I get through the chat. Let me see. Yeah, it was Kino. Hearst is pretty good. Vinegar Syndrome has that, or they did. Oh, dude, if they did, that's a perfect VSU release. 100% over the top. I would mark out for that. And people laugh at me, but that's my favorite Stallone movie. 100%. That and Cobra are my two favorites. Atomic Dog, no. If they're gonna do it, they should do a box set and just get them all in there. I have the new ones, Return to Nukem High. I actually thought those were pretty decent, all things considered. Invasion should tell you at the bottom where it's at. The Tenant got sold out already. I think I have the Tenant on Blu-ray from Screen Factory. Of course I did. Of course I did. Yes. And I can't believe it's sold out already. Yeah. Umbrella's killing it, man, over there. I still really want Monkey Shines from them, but I haven't pulled the trigger on it. But after that Mario set, I'm like, man, they're killing it. So I did grab that. And I know me and Christian are going to do a stream together doing an unboxing. And so that whenever that gets here, I think it's like September. And that's another thing too. Iron Eagle, like I have part 1 and 2 right here on DVD. Why has nobody released Iron Eagle yet? That boggles my mind. I would think that would get more love than Navy SEALs would. What up, Dell? Go check out Dell. What up, Gus? See, look at 88 Films is going back to DVD again. It's interesting, man. I don't know. I don't know why they're doing it. Again, I'm the guy that's like, oh, DVDs. But in general, in reality, I'm not saying I would rather watch something on DVD versus not. I'm not saying that. I'm saying from a collectible standpoint, things like this. Look at the love this movie was given back in 2003 from New Line. And this movie has never gotten a release like this again. And also, when it comes to old horror movies, some people like to watch them a little bit more grainy or a little bit less high quality. Some people do. Some movies, like my uncle is a purist in the sense that one of his favorite movies is Texas Chainsaw. He would rather watch that on DVD versus watch that on 4K any day of the week. He didn't buy the 4K. He's like, I'm not, Blu-ray is it. Like, I'm done. After Blu-ray is that's it. I'm not doing 4K. He doesn't even he never even bought a 4K player, and he's a big collector as well. He's who got me into horror and stuff like that, but he'd rather watch some of his favorites on DVD because that's how he always watched them, VHS, but a little bit of a better quality. He doesn't really care about HD and stuff like that. So again, I get it from some standpoint. It's a better quality than VHS, and some people like to watch their horror stuff. Sometimes a little bit less quality. It just gives them more of a nostalgic feel. But why companies are turning to DVD now, I'm not 100% sure, because I know from a collecting standpoint, people aren't going to be intrigued to buy a DVD at this point. So, like I said, I do think there's going to be a resurgence in some way. I was thinking more of like a collectible way of some of these movies that either are never going to get upgraded, like a lot of this junk I showed you today. that have these editions that'll never be topped, that are considered classic in physical media history. And I also use weird words and terminology like this, is something like this. This is the physical media rookie of this movie. This is the first time this movie was ever released on physical media. And this is the edition in great shape, loaded, right? So like to some collectors, like you never know. In a weird world that we live in, little things like that can make things more valuable to other people, right? That's why when it comes to steelbooks, these companies are putting first pressing on them, right? Like that matters to some people. It doesn't matter to me. I don't care if I have a first pressing of a steelbook or a second pressing. I have the steelbook that with the artwork that I wanted that I can put on my shelf. It doesn't matter to me. But to other people it does, and it comes like that. Anything that we do when it comes to collecting is that people like originals. People like, look at baseball cards. Would you rather have a rookie card of somebody? Or would you rather have, year 5? So from a collecting standpoint, it's weird, right? It's weird. It's weird. But it is things to kind of think about. I have not, but I will. My problem with Kino is because their sales are so great, I always wait. But then what happens is then I'm so backed up. Like there's probably literally like 40 Kino titles that I haven't bought yet that I want. That is going to be one. I love that movie. So I will definitely check that out. Fight for Your Life. I don't know if I know that one, but it sounds great. VSI put out the Blood Pack as from Tom Ripper, the Blood Cult and Revenge. I remember that, the Blood Pack. Do I have that? I'll have to look. Yo. Thanks, dude. Go see Cody at Doodle Those Movies. Dude, where the heck you been? I've been messaging this guy. I got nervous. Thought something was wrong. Usually he talks to me every day. He's been MIA. Got a little nervous there, buddy boy. You like that look? I've been trying to change it up, guys. I'm trying to change it up. Go check out Cody. He did a little super chat action. Let's give him something. Let's give him something. Yeah! 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 I appreciate that. All right, let me get through these comments and then we can all leave here. No, dude, I'll probably never get there. I live on the East Coast. I'll probably never get to there. I love Stephen King Graveyard Shift, yes. So if DVDs are already getting disrot in the new formats, well, no. To be honest, they're saying DVDs are not really getting disrot unless they were really stored in a weird weather related like climate control issue place. I'm seeing that more people are finding disrot on Blu-rays already than DVDs. But again, I don't know. I haven't seen that, so I can't really comment on it. I only know of people that have messaged me about Blu-rays that have gotten disrot. And it's not even really like it's almost like it's not like it just like the disc looks yellow and then it won't play. I mean, that's all I've seen. Let me see. So as far as disc rot on DVDs, again, I don't have any that have had disc rot yet, at least as far as I know. I mean, I have not played a lot of these in a long time. So is there something in my collection that could not work? Maybe. But I haven't really seen it. I've seen it twice on Blu-rays in my collection. Number 1 was House of a Thousand Corpses. Number 2 was I had the collection of Wallace and Gromit, and I wanted to show my son, and it just doesn't work. I've tried it in all my players. It won't even play. And then I looked at the back, and it kind of had like a yellow like tint around it, and I'm like, is that why this is not working? And then what's funny is that Scream Factory or Shout Factory just announced they were going to do it again. So I'm thinking, I wonder if these companies realize this because of the time frame this came out, is that it needs time for a re-release because it's only coming out on Blu-ray again. So I don't know. I don't know. That's the unfortunate part of collecting, right? I think it's a great release, yes. I mean, maybe it is. I'm just going by the article that was sent to me. Sure. And I think that's probably people's mindsets. And all right, and it's hard to really know, right? I'm just saying that's what the article said, but nobody's lived 100 years to know this, right? So you're right. And the same thing with disc rot. I mean, you got to take a lot of things into consideration. Like I said, I randomly had 2 Blu-rays that stopped working. Could it have been from the manufacturing plant that put these out? Perhaps. But 2 of these Blu-rays were like one of the first, like maybe came out during the first year of Blu-ray, right? So they were old. Now, I will tell you this, my movies are not put inside of a weird climate area. They're here. They've always been inside my house. They've never been outside. They've never been in the attic. They've never been, in a musty basement, like never been in a garage, right? So there's that I can say, at least from a climate aspect. But if all of a sudden you've got movies that are sitting out, that are stored in your attic in boxes for years, or in the garage, or hey, I bought this DVD from a guy at the yard sale and all his movies were sitting under the sun for 3 weeks. Yeah, then maybe there could be an issue with those. Sure. So I do think a lot of it could be on how these are stored. Everybody's going to store them different. If you buy a used DVD or a used Blu-ray from somebody and you don't know what life it lived before that, then that could be a lot into effect. So I agree. I don't think we really know, because I don't think it's been a lot of years of proof of this. But all I'm saying is that the people who did the research, the people that tested things, the people who wrote the article mentioned that the way things were made or whatever, that it looks like the format of DVD would outlast the newer formats of HD and 4K. That's it. So if people look into that or care about that, then who knows? Maybe that's a reason that more people are interested in putting DVDs out now. I have no idea. Oh, so your House of 1,000 Corpses DVD doesn't work either now. Is it your Blu-ray or DVD? Mine was my Blu-ray. What up, man? 100%. 100%. I would die for that. No, I wouldn't die for that, but I would love that. Yeah, like I said, it is going out of print from Screen Factory, and it's a great one. Now, that Masters Universe set looks fantastic. Now, I almost bought it. But the fact that I have it on Blu-ray already, and it wasn't a 4K, I was like, do I buy it? Because, again, it's not a 4K upgrade. I'm just kind of laterally moving, but I'm getting all this cool shit. So I was about to pull the trigger, and then they came out with a statement saying, oh, we got to change the artwork on the box. And I was like, damn it, I love that artwork. And then it showed me other artwork, and I was like, I don't know. What do I do? Then it sold out. So I missed it. So I was like, whatever. Kind of bummed, kind of not. But then they released a statement saying like, oh, by the way, this Blu-ray is region locked. So unless you have a region-free player, it's not going to work. And it's like, what? Like, I have a region-free player. So I wasn't worried about that. But I will say I try not to go to region locked stuff, because where I have my region B player, my region free player, is I have it unplugged right now, and I have my son's video games plugged in over there. So like, it is one of those things where it's I have to unplug all of his stuff, plug that back in. Small problem. But I don't use it a lot. So therefore I try not to buy region lock stuff anymore. Because I just don't have it easily accessible. But I mean, that's a big deal to just announce after it sold out. So I don't know what the story was with that, but I'm going to tell you this right now. If it was a 4K, I would have bought that master set in 2 seconds. 2 seconds. Yeah, I mean, that's what it feels to me. Yeah, it looked like a great addition. Okay, so he says, my experience, I've had a handful of DVDs that stopped working when Blu-ray didn't work, but it was defective when I bought it. Yeah, so Dell said he's had DVDs not work anymore. Night Flyers. I don't know if I've seen Night Flyers, but I like I like Catherine Mary Stewart. Yeah, you can grab The Watchers. It's another one. What up, Chris C? / go check out Chris C. I mean, that's another thing too. You got to look at anything nowadays. Things that were made back long ago or were made with better quality. It was more about quality than quantity a lot of the times. I mean, geez, it's everything in the world. You look at appliances. I mean, my parents had the same freaking fridge and washer and dryer for like 30 years. And now it's like everybody's going to buy stuff every 10 years sometimes. Let me see. For sure. Sorry guys, I don't mean to skip people. And you're probably right. At this stage, in physical media, 4K costs in studios the most studios to make the cheaply made in Mexico. Yeah. The Fan, 1991, Michael Bean. There's so many movies called The Fan. If it's a Scream Factory title, I have it. Yeah, 100%. I have that box right up there. It's fantastic. It still smells like wood. Oh, the Blu-rays that are getting disrot already were pressed in a shitty place. Not Blu-rays in general. I guess it just remains to be seen. Again, yeah, you're probably right. I'm not enough in the know to really know. I think honestly, why Scream Factory's doing it is because they don't have any other ideas. I think that they've gotten, there's a lot of the creativity on that front is lacking. You see that everywhere, right? Like as soon as other people around you are doing things, I think a lot of people get kind of flustered and not know what to do. And then they start trying to run to the well of like either copying ideas or going back to maybe what worked before. I think they're in a weird position because like they see all these companies now, like they're not the only company in the game anymore for horror. And all these people like Vinegar Syndrome that are doing all this kind of crazy stuff, Umbrella that's doing all this thing with all these gimmicks, and they're seeing Arrow kicking ass. And I think what they're doing is saying, okay, well, what can we do? Because they tried the hard box thing, then they pulled it back. And I don't know why. I don't know if it was a cost thing. I don't know if it was, well, that's not going to match everybody's what they're used to in the collection, which I get. But it would have been a nice change and say, hey, and 4Ks are going to get these hard boxes, Blu-rays are going to get the way that they were. I think that would have been a nice transition. But instead, they did hard box Halloween, hard box Elvira, then they stopped, and then they went back to the old way. So like it just became a, what the hell's the point? Like, why did Elvira get a hard box? What about Elvira, that shitty one of that movie? Like, why did that get a hard box? If you were just going to do Halloween and hard boxes, okay, cool, just the Halloween. But it was almost like it was just things they were just throwing shit at a wall and then backpedaling, and that's what I think. And I think with Scream Factory, the thing that they have that other people don't have is they still have licenses to really good movies. So like that's why I think they're putting all their stuff out in 4K, because they said, okay, we have these movies still. We know these are winners. Let's just upgrade them to 4K before anybody else gets the license to do it. And let's do it this way, because there's so many mistakes that I feel they're making. And this is coming from, I don't hate Scream Factory, man. I was the biggest Scream Factory fan when they came out. I had everything on pre-order. Why do you think I have, for the first 4 years, every single title that they did? Why do I have every single collector's edition they did? Not because I hated Scream Factory. Sure, they made mistakes. There's plenty of people that have made mistakes. There's plenty of people that have had disc returns and all this other stuff. But I think they lost their way somewhere. And maybe it wasn't as easy for them to attain certain titles anymore because they had all these other dogs coming in from the side grabbing stuff. I think they're looking around and not sure what direction to go in. So like, okay, like we've got They Live still. Let's do this on 4K before we lose the license and someone else does it. Let's cash in on what we have. Like, I think that's what they're going for. And maybe if they get some news titles here and there, they're putting them out. But, there's a lot of stuff that they're putting out that I'm like, they should have put this in 4K. Okay, I'm going to give you a case in point, right? Like, this is a silly one, but like, they just announced this. Okay, now this is an old release that went out of print. So basically, they're just redoing this and maybe upgrading the scan a little bit. Cool. But that's it. So the people that miss this, okay, it's fine. Now they can get it. But at least change the artwork. At least make it a 4K. Like do something different to entice people to maybe pick this up. It looks the exact same. Like all you got to do is change the artwork. All you got to do is put a slipcover on it. Like do something to get people intrigued to rebuy something. I'm trying to think of another example, right? Like your bundles, look at freaking Umbrella. Look at that Mario box set. We're getting hardcover books. We're getting posters. We're getting, inside info. You're getting images of like when Arnold Schwarzenegger was supposed to play Koopa and this is what he was going to look like. And they're showing you all the plans. Like then you've got this Late Night with the Devil coming out. It's coming with a TV guide. It's coming like, and we go to Screen Factory and it's like, you get 2 slipcovers and a sticker. Like what? Nobody cares about the sticker. Nobody cares about those pins. Like there's so many things they could be doing. Like the Night of the Demon set. Don't give me stickers and pins. Give me a box to house all 3 of these in so I have a nice box set. I had to go out and get a custom box set done to make those look even cooler on the shelf. I didn't need to do that, but I think I wanted to do that. Same thing with Chucky. You had all those Chucky movies. Why not have a bundle that said, hey, here's a bundle that comes with a box that'll house all the Chucky movies. It's going to entice people to buy that bundle because they'll say, oh, shoot, I already have the other Chucky movies. I'll get this bundle to hold the box, and then I'll have to get the other 3. Or maybe they didn't get part 2, and then they go to buy that box, the bundle with the box set, then they'll go back and buy part 2 to fit in there. These are the things that I just don't understand why they're not doing. Like, it's easy. It's freaking cardboard, but that's what people like, right? So that's my issue with what Scream Factory is doing. I just think that they're getting beat at all angles when it comes to these things, and they don't know what to do, so they're just taking what they know and just hoping that works. I hope they get better. I do. I want them to be better. I want to buy their products. I want to buy their bundles. I'll still buy their products, but there's no way I'm buying bundles from them anymore. For what? A second slipcover that's going to do what? What am I going to do with it if I don't use it? Put it somewhere else. Like, I'm not going to buy the same movie. I'm going to buy the Steelbook and this. Why do I need that? Give me something else. So I think they're redoing a lot of their 4K stuff because they still have access to good movies that they want to put out so other companies don't do it later. And again, I'm sorry about the rant, but I just wanted to kind of give you my personal opinion on the whole situation because a lot of times when we're talking about this, I'm in a stream with other people. So there's only so much I can say, but I wanted to kind of give my whole, what I think about them and everything else, because I think a lot of times my voice isn't necessarily heard solo because I've got a lot of other people chiming in, which again, that's my whole thing with Scream Factory. Like, they can do better. They make a lot of silly mistakes, in my opinion. Granted, I'm not behind the scenes. I don't know what goes on there. I'm just looking at it from a collector standpoint who loved their products that now don't buy their products much anymore. Let me see. I mean, a lot of this sounds more realistic than like a bad plant to me. Because I mean, like, not everybody used the same plant, right? So I don't know. What up, Frank? Return to Horror. Oh, Return to Horror High. That was all right. I'm trying to think what I have it. Who put it out? Return to Horror High. Oh, are you? I think Scream. No, did Vinegar Syndrome do it in a double pack? I would get that because it's got another movie in there that's good. Oh, I wouldn't either, but I know there are people that probably have that. Maybe not collectors, but maybe people that are like, oh, I have DVDs. I'm going to put them out in a yard sale, and they've been up in my attic for 10 years. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Frank, I got Navy SEALs Trauma, Flesh Eater, Mother's Day, Lost Picture Show, and Fatal Games. Cool, man. I think out of all that, Mother's Day is the big winner. Slipcover Steve. Yeah, his channel is actually pretty entertaining. I know, I heard about that, man. Rest in peace, Lee. Film historian passed away. It's too many people, man. Too many people are are passing away young, and especially from things like heart attacks. I don't know why, but it is something that people should look into because it seems like way too normal now, right? And that's scary. Oh man, he had me laughing though the other day. He said he was calling Vinegar Syndrome pissed off because his order wasn't there like the next day. Oh my god. Sam must be a Slipcover Steve associate. So Sam, make sure you subscribe over here so you can get some of the good info. Are you serious? Holy shit. Really? Why don't they announce that right away? You can't wait. Like, again, I'm praising Umbrella, but don't wait to tell people that because imagine not having access to watch this now. You got to cancel your order. Tell people from the beginning. You know what's happening is something's happening when other companies are putting out the same movie. They announce Primeval's, then Full Moon announced their version. Then all of a sudden now it's like, oh, ours is region locked. Is that because you didn't have the right to do it? Because Full Moon's... I wish people would... Another problem in the physical media market right now is I think companies are so quick to want to put things out so they can say, hey, look, we're doing it first, blah, blah. Then waiting till all the T's are crossed and the I's are dotted to release it with all the real information. Because I think everybody's so quick to try to be the first to put it out to get the pre-orders in because everybody else is releasing 4 movies a month. It's crazy. Like I said, too many mistakes. So now, with that being said, I'll probably buy the Full Moon one. I didn't order Primevals yet. I was going to, but I'll probably get it from Full Moon just because, like I said, I have a region-free player, but I just don't want to have to go unplug all his stuff, plug it back in. When I'm done, unplug it. I know it's not big problems, but when I have an entertainment center that I got to pull off the wall, get back there, it's just more of an annoyance. What up, Tom? Let's see. Let's see. 100%. It gets me amped up for the day. This is interesting, Christian. You could only own one boutique label's entire back catalog in future releases. What would you choose? That is a really good question, man. I'm trying to think of anything that I'm like, shit, I wish I got that back in the day. I will say this, and this is not my final answer, but if I could get every Anchor Bay edition that they ever did, I would take that. And that's DVD and Blu-ray. But that's not my final answer. My final answer would probably be that's a good question, man. I'm looking back here. I have a lot of boutiques back here. What would I want? Vinegar Syndrome, I've been there since day one, so I have all the hard shit to get. Scream Factory, I've got all the stuff, the hard stuff to get. That's interesting, man, because, like, again, I've been here. I've been collecting since 99. So I've been here for the start of a lot of these companies, so I have a lot of the stuff that's considered rare now. I don't know. I'd maybe... Second Sight, maybe? I don't know. I don't know my answer. I would definitely say Anchor Bay, because, again, they had put out some stuff that I wasn't able to get. Man, that's a good question, dude. I don't know the answer. I wish there was an easier answer for me. Maybe I'll find one. That would be a good addition for them to do. The keep, and even if they want to make that a limited to 1,500, get in, get out. I agree. They need to do stuff like that. I mean, Forced Entry was like one of their best titles that they put out, and they put it out in a limited form. They had to go back and print more because people wanted it, because it was different and nobody had it. There is really no end in sight. It's really no end in sight because these companies will keep just getting the rights and stuff like that. Do you have any points? Maybe you can grab something. Oh no, because that'd be free. Trying to think of something like I'm looking back here, guys. Sorry again. I'm trying to think of something that maybe you're not thinking of that could have been like a hell yeah, get it. Okay, I'll tell you one. If you like documentaries, now this is the DVD, but I just bought the Blu-ray from them. This is a documentary called I Think We're Alone Now. It's about this dude who stalks Tiffany, the singer from the 80s. It's a really interesting documentary. If you guys like documentaries, I would get this. So if you just want to grab one more thing, I don't know how much that costs. I don't know how many available, but it is a cool movie. Look at their partner label stuff, man, and see what's out there because they do have a lot of good stuff in the partner label section. It might not be on sale, but there's some good documentaries in there. Let me see. This is interesting. I had the Lionsgate Monster Squad Blu-ray. It worked fine until I went to rewatch it a year ago and it wouldn't play at the bottom of the disc. Huh. I have that. Let me go get it and I'm going to see if mine looks weird. It's been a while since I've watched it, so hold on. Now, I'm actually a big fan of these Lionsgate re-releases. There was a time when Lionsgate was doing these, like, they were putting out all these horror movies with, like, different art and these slipcovers. They did, like, The Gate. I actually have this one over here. I don't know why it's over here. They did the re-release of American Psycho. It's got the slipcover with this different artwork in the front. They did The Gate. They did My Bloody Valentine. So they went through a cool era of this. Very cool edition, man. This was the first ever DVD of Monster Squad. This was a movie that was so sought after. This was such a huge release back then. If we look at physical media history like we would baseball cards, this is a big deal, this edition right here. Now, I'm hoping to God mine isn't wrecked. No, this one looks clean. Let me look at disc 2. This looks clean. I think mine's clean, but it is funny that you say that because when I used my are you talking about the Blu-ray? Okay, I have that, but I don't think I have. I think I have it stored away. I think I have that. I think I might have that stored away. But that's interesting because the same thing with that Wallace and Gromit, it had yellow on it. Like a yellow tint. Oh, so yeah, yellow tint. That's what you said. It had a yellowish tint to it. That's what my Wallace and Gromit set had. That is interesting. I thought you meant the DVD. So yeah, the Blu-ray. I do have that Blu-ray. I'll go check it out when we're done. What up, Horror Collections? Hey, all good. I hear you. I'm on way longer than I want it to be. They should do something, man. Let me just scroll through. I have not seen that. And that's the thing. They do have a great catalog. I don't know what they still have access to because, talking to some people and listening to people talk, they lose a lot of licenses. That's why other companies are putting stuff out because, like, Scream Factory will lose licenses, so they're not putting stuff out. But what they do have access to, if you look at their back catalog, they had great stuff. Yeah, the Scream Factory changed ownership and changed a lot of people that worked over in that Scream Factory department. I will agree with you. And you know what? I did a whole video on Blue Underground the other day. So if you guys haven't seen that, I showcased the brand new Death Dream. I showcased my full Blue Underground collection that I have. It's under my live tab. Check it out. It's a pretty cool video. But I do agree. That's the one thing I wish I didn't. I wish I touched upon because I didn't mention that. But I agree 100%. My one gripe with Blue Underground is they're relying too heavily on all their old titles. It seems like they're never losing the 10 titles that they have, and they're just re-releasing them from DVD to Blu-ray to 4K. The restoration stuff work is great, but I totally agree. Like, in essence, I didn't own Death Dream on Blu-ray, but that Blu-ray, like that second wave of Blu-ray they did like DVD to Blu-ray. They did this like second wave of Blu-ray with like a 4K scan, those restoration ones that come in the thick boxes with lenticular stuff. Those are great additions. I don't think those additions are necessarily worth the upgrade again. Like, I don't think there's enough meat on the bone to make that jump from that point to where we are now. And I also think they should really heavily focus on trying to get new titles. I agree. And I didn't mention that, but after the stream was over, I said, you know what? I should have mentioned that because that's the truth. If you notice, I showed you, here's the DVD of Zombie. Here's the Blu-ray of Zombie. Here's the 4K of Zombie. Like, it's all the same movies. So I don't know if they're so focused on perfecting their catalog and their movies, but I agree. They need to go out there and they need to get other stuff because they are relying too heavily on the same movies where I think in the long run, that's going to backfire on them. There's only so much you can do with the same stuff. And you're right. Ragnar, I agree 100%. And I should have brought that up before. Let me see. Let me see what this says. You can watch a lot of movies and have a gym routine. The problem is the stressful lives that people carry, relax, but also exercise. You could be onto something. I mean, I'm not a stressful person. Maybe it's because I have an exercise routine. I don't know. Maybe my life doesn't have as much stress as other people's. Maybe I haven't dealt with a lot of stuff that other people have dealt with, but living a certain way, it could definitely help. Are you kidding me? Oh, what up, Side Hustle? Go check out the Hustle, man. It already sold out. Well, here's the thing. Okay. So Full Moon, I guess Full Moon usually sends me stuff to review. I could probably get Primevals. Maybe not this big box set. I could probably get the movie itself. Do I need a big box set of it? I don't know. It is a movie I've wanted to check out for a long time. But I also know how Full Moon operates, and it's sold out now, but it could easily come back in stock when they realize people want it, put it that way. So as much as that is a little of a bummer, I'm not totally stressed out about it. What up, KB? It's kind of true. But I will say this on Anchor Bay, when they upgraded their stuff, they made it worthwhile picking up. Either the restoration, dude, this was probably like the 10th time they released Evil Dead, and this is literally the best Evil Dead physical media copy of all time. And you could say Book of the Dead, great, but Book of the Dead also didn't have all this shit that this has in there. Like, this has, it doesn't. And Book of the Dead is cool, and I have them, but I cannot touch Book of the Deads now. Book of the Dead stay on my shelf untouchable because as soon as I touch it, they're going to crumble like a potato chip. So I get it, but that's the problem with Scream Factory. They're not outdoing their old editions. What? Maybe an upscale and transfer, but what else are they doing? Look at this thing. This thing is a masterpiece. This thing, I'm looking to get the reason it's still over here is I'm going to get a protector for this. This thing is unbelievable. Unbelievable. Give us something cool like that. And I wouldn't say that about Scream Factory. Wow. So all of those Lions Gates are rotting. I'm going to have to check out those because that's insane to me. You know what? I will say this though. I never bought the Scream Factory Hammer stuff because they started doing a lot of Hammer and I was like, oh, I can't keep up. I've never watched Hammer. It's not really my style. but I'm interested in Hammer stuff. So maybe I'll go in and try to catch up on some of those releases. Guys, I'm so sorry that all good, man. But talking about fitness is worth it for me. I totally agree. Oh, it was signed. If you guys are interested, actually, I mean, I don't know if you guys care, but I do have a cool Puppet Master trunk, and it comes with the Blu-ray of like 1, 2, and some other one signed by Charles Band. I'm looking to sell it. So if anybody's interested in that, hit me up on Instagram. I'll send you pictures. Sorry guys, I know I'm okay. Okay, so July 1st, more will be available. And that's the thing too. They're not paying anybody to do new features, and it could be one of two things. Maybe there's nothing else to talk about for a lot of these movies. Maybe they've already done everything, so you can't really fault them for that because their Blu-ray collector's editions were freaking fantastic. But they're also using different people now. Like they're not really using Slippy anymore. Sean Clark isn't really doing much with them anymore. So it's like, what are they? They're not. I don't know if they don't want to pay. I don't know what it is, but like we got all the cool shit before. So I don't know. If I were them, I would try to get some titles that people don't have. I would look into 2000s horror, to be honest. If I was them, I'd say, you know what? Our focus this year, 2000s horror. It's about 25 years old. Let's start re-putting some of this stuff out because, 25 years ago, these people now are the ones that have the money that are collecting. Like, get your Hostels, get the Ruins. I'm looking at my stuff right here. Get the Ruins, get Hostels, get do a cooler edition. This is 90s, but like do a beefy edition of Brain Scan, a 4K with a slip and make some fancy shit there. I just showcased something. Oh, I have the Brain Scan like DVD ROM CD replica. Put that in a bundle, right? Like I'm trying to see what else I have that's like 2000s-esque, but all that stuff around that time, like do that. Like focus on that stuff because these people are having nostalgia for 2000 stuff. All that stuff that came out in the theaters back then. I don't care if it was good or bad. Turistas, like these are all things that people might be like, oh shit, remember that one? Like that's cool. Like I only have the DVD of that. Go after something. Like hit a market that not everybody's fighting for. Everybody's fighting for the same stuff. Hills Have Eyes remake, Darkness Falls. Like yes, 100%. But guys, again, that should have been a 4K. 100%. I didn't buy it. I've got a Blu-ray of Orphan. What do I need? A slipcover? I'm fine. And to be quite honest, Orphan 2 is not Scream Factory. So in my crazy head, all my Scream Factory stuff's together, and now I have Orphan and Orphan 2 together right in this shelf right here. If Orphan was Scream Factory, it would be on the other shelf. So now I have them right together. So if they wanted to give us an Orphan box set, okay, that's different. 28 days later, give us a box set. Like that's the thing that I don't understand. Don't put out Carrie 4K. It already has a recent edition. Like get these titles that nobody's done yet. Nobody's really done a lot of these other ones like you just said, like Darkness Falls. Like nobody's done any of this yet. So that's just kind of my opinion on this. But guys, I know we went off on a tangent, but I like talking to you guys about this stuff. Definitely appreciate it. Also another great movie is like, if you guys remember, is Laid to Rest. Like Laid to Rest was a cool movie. Like give us that, in a double pack. So guys, I appreciate you guys hanging out. Hopefully I helped you when it came to your Vinegar Syndrome orders. Thank you for hanging with me. It's been 2 hours. I wasn't planning on that. But it's always good chatting with you guys. And hit that thumbs up. If you're not subscribed to the channel, subscribe. Go subscribe to the Radpack channel at Radpack Pod on YouTube. We have a show on Wednesday. We want you guys to be there. And keep your eyes on the channel because there's always good stuff coming. This is Garrett at Born2beRad. And like always, stay rad.